back at it again. What you know what to do, what it is, man. This is the IVP with Dr. IBZ, episode 226.
Ring the alarm, I got a bomb. Ring the alarm,
episode
I got
226.
A bomb. Ring the alarm, I got a bomb. Ring the alarm, I got a bomb.
The fact that it's episode 226, y'all are not gonna want to miss this. Today's episode is brought to you by Money. No, I'm just joking. It's brought to you by Not Giving a Damn, Not Giving an F. It's brought to you by being calm, cool, and collective. Don't assume things. Don't make an A out of you and me. All right? Now, this is IBZ. Welcome. Now, we're going to get right into it because last podcast, I had to do some breaking news. And when I did this breaking news, I didn't have any time to talk about the Kendrick shit. Like, I don't even think I spoke on that. The whole time I was so focused on this Diddy shit, I was focused on the other shit, that I completely forgot to speak on the goddamn Kendrick Lamar, Future, Drake thing that's happening right now. Alright? Now, as much as I want to play the song, I really want to play the song. But the thing is, I can't play the song because when I put it up on YouTube, right? Put it on YouTube, YouTube's going to mute it. It's going to copyright it. It's going to flag it. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. Just in case, okay? However, what we're going to do is we're going to read the lyrics, okay? So now, I did some research, and shout out to my boy Ishvan, shot by I&I. Shout out to him. He sent me a bunch of things that happened, okay? So,
who the fuck said I was black? I'm very much not black. I'm very much Colombian. I don't want to be black, babe. Nobody's beefing over me. I'm not that important. I'm just a regular girl. I'm just a regular person. It ain't about me. I don't need to address or clear anything up because those who know, and that's all that matters. You know?
If you know, you know. I freaking hate that quote sometimes.
So, and guess what? People are going to want to believe what they want to believe. So it doesn't matter what I clear up. Nigga doesn't care. He's laughing at this. He literally don't give a fuck. He's not going nowhere. I don't know who thought he was going somewhere. Comments off my life. So I could get on live like I used to, like a normal person. I don't work at the club anymore. So
basically everyone was saying they're beefing over this girl. They're not. Apparently it's not over this girl. Okay, now let's put it like this. If you want to look at a timeline of events, okay? There's Kendrick's perspective, and there's Metro Booming's perspective. Yep. If we're gonna get into it, all right? So one guy tried,
and it's a lot more complicated than people.
This some white guy tried to explain it, and honestly, it's in Torontology. So in my head I'm like, should I like play but it's a 6-minute clip, guys. But I don't want to do that. I'd rather do my own thing, because this nigga does not. A white boy on TikTok is not gonna tell me why two rap niggas are beefing. It doesn't even sound like this guy. It sounds like this guy just heard of the beef and did some surface level research and is now being like, oh, they're beefing. Here's what happened. Here's the timeline. I'm not gonna watch the video. Let's go into my timeline, my own timeline. Now, we're gonna actually, you know what? We'll allow this guy. We're gonna give him a little bit of a thing, right? Okay.
In order to fully
Once I hear
understand
some
their
bullshit,
tense
it's over.
relationship, we gotta go back like 10 years, maybe more. In 2011, Drake hopped on Future's remix of his bubbling song Tony Montana, which was a huge boost for Future at the time, but Future did say that Drake didn't appear in the video, and because Drake wasn't in the video, he actually called it a slap in my face. He sounded a little bit hurt that Drake wasn't able to make it into the video, and he had a lot of other people who wanted to be on the remix. A little bit tense.
Damn, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was going to go a little bit after, but okay. I was going to go towards Kendrick and when Good Kid, Mad City came out, and Kendrick did the Control verse too around that time, and Kendrick's like, I'm gonna murder all you rappers, and he started naming people and shit, and then Drake was in his feelings about it. He was like one of the only rappers that didn't really respond. He responded in an interview. You know what I mean? That's where I was gonna start.
Of course they drop songs like Love Me, but here's another clip where Future seemed to have a little bit of animosity towards Drake. Future actually inspired Drake's Started From the Bottom hook, allegedly, according to Future. He said that the two were in the studio, and Future said started it from the bottom, a song, Chosen One. Never ended up saying that on the actual song, and Drake was waiting for him to say it on the hook. But he loved that saying so much that he actually used it on his song, which is one of his biggest songs ever. Drake ended up sending Future a bottle for it. He's been known to do that. Shout out to Charlemagne. But Future said, and I quote, I don't want a bottle, I need publishing. Drake, that's the homie. But it seemed like he was a little bit bitter about that. Understandably, and this had happened to him multiple times, if you look at what happened with his Beyonce and Jay-Z reference, he might not have received publishing on that either. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Drake actually dissed Kendrick on a song with Future 10 years ago. A little over 10 years ago, which is crazy. This is where Drake said, I hear you talk about your city like you run that, and I brought my tour to your city, you my son there. With Future. Interesting, remember that. He even referenced starting a group with Future on a song in 2014, which would come to fruition, of course, with What a Time to Be Alive, where the two went back-to-back on songs, and really aligning their two brands together, which was a huge push for Future, but was also a huge push for Drake to get into a different audience's world. Now, in 2015, Future says that him and Drake never actually had beef. He said, we resolved the issues, we way past that. Back on the road, back doing music, shooting videos, OVO Fest on the... To me, that doesn't even read as they never had beef. That's, we had some issues, but we resolved it, and we're making music, and we're focused on the future. No pun intended. Fast forward 7 years in 2020.
He's sounding accurate so far.
We're going to talk about the lyrics, okay? Her Loss drops with 21 Savage, and there was rumors that Future was a little bit upset that Drake didn't do a What a Time to Be Alive sequel, instead opting to do another album that's joint with a different artist, 21 Savage. All things in beef always stem back to one thing, and it's usually a woman. And this case is allegedly no different. Her name allegedly
Nah, we're not. Fuck that.
On the song with Metro Boomin and but here's where it gets crazy. They're kind of interconnected. Somebody was pillow talking about Drake, okay, and saying how much they didn't like Drake.
All right. So he's doing service level shit he keeps aiming it as strictly Future, right? Now, Future, I think the album's called I Never Really Liked You or whatever the case is. Let's look up Future's last two albums. I'm going to do my own hip-hop reporting, okay? But where it started, you could say where it started from Future and Drake, you can see that, but they resolved it, right? So if they resolved it and they did an album together, multiple singles together, so it's kind of weird, right? Anyways, Future albums. So last year was I Never Liked You, right? And then this year is We Don't Trust You. Now, when I first I Never Liked You, I was like, I instantly thought Future's talking about a girl, right? I Never Liked You. I'm like, he's definitely talking about a girl, right? But then he dropped, it's We Don't Trust You. Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you, right? And then Metro Boomin is beefing with Drake. So this is what I'm gonna assume happened, right? Drake is on his high horse. He's killing the rap game. He's murdering it. He's number one, basically, right? Where I think the beef I think him and Future always had friction. They always had friction. Always had friction. They resolved it to make money, but they've always had friction. That's what I'm getting off of what this man just said, and that's what I'm kind of getting off of the past history. So there was always friction there. So then, once, instead of doing a sequel, because What a Time to Be Alive was kind of, did they make that an album, or did they make that like it was kind of like an EP mixtape thing? Like it wasn't, was it really an album? You know what I mean? Like, is it considered an album first? Hold on. Future Drake. Okay, it's an album. I think it's called an album. Yeah. See, no. It's a collaborative commercial mixtape. So it's not even, it's a mixtape. It's a commercial mixtape. So it's not considered an album. Do you get what I'm saying? So instead of, and then him and Drake, they have songs together, Working on the Weekend, just like the usual. You know what I mean? Fam, Life is Good dropped, and then the pandies happen, and anyways, that's just the internet joke. So he does an album with Young Savage. 21 Savage. There was no Future feature on that album. Now, I think most Drake albums, like as the recent ones, Future's been on them, and Future's been on his album. Right? Correct? So the fact that the fact that Future is not on Drake's album and 21 Savage is on that bitch. Like I don't think there's a track with Future on that. It shows, yo, you're doing a collab album with 21 Savage, and you're telling me that you're not gonna have Future on one of the records? It's an easy layup. Okay? That's number one. Number two, Metro Boomin and Drake have been going back and forth. Metro's been posting shit, deleting it to the point where him and Academics had static because Academics was fending for Drake because he's a complete Drake stan. So he's defending Drake. He's like, yo, man, who's this nigga trying to talk about Drake, dog? Who's this Metro? Da-da-da-da. Twitter fingers, da-da-da. What happened the last time with Twitter? That's what Academics is doing. I'm trying to do an Academics impression. Just a quick one. And then, since those things happen, right? Future's feelings towards Drake is starting to kind of like, I kind of already don't really like this nigga that much. You know what I mean? We made money together. We resolved our shit in the past. But I kind of really don't like this nigga. Right? Right? I never really liked you. You know what I'm saying? But I never really liked you. He's like, I never really liked you, but whatever. You can have one song with me. And they did the Thames song. Right? The one with the Thames sample. I wait for you. Banger. That was a summer banger. I'm playing that shit this summer. Last summer, there's so much music. Actually, no, it's 2 summers ago. Yeah, I was playing that 2 summers ago. Anyways, it was 2 summers ago. My bad. My fault. 2023, I was sober as hell for that year. So there's a lot of music that I didn't really listen to because I wasn't drinking. Okay, anyways. So that happened. Okay? Him and Metro are going back and forth. I already said that. So once that situation occurred, and then I hear Future and Metro are making an album, I didn't suspect anything yet. Not really. But then, Like That dropped. And I'm coming home from work. I'm sitting down. I'm checking my DMs. People are like, yo, there's rap beef. I'm like, rap beef? What kind of rap beef? Yo, Kendrick went in. I'm like, Kendrick? When was there? I'm a Kendrick fan. I'm a J. Cole fan. And I'm a Drake fan as well. And a Future fan. All 4 of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing Kendrick and Future on a song. Nigga, and Metro Boomin's on the beat. Running towards that. I know it's Ramadan. Astaghfirullah. But may Allah forgive me. I ran towards that after work. I'm listening to it. The beat switcheroos and all that type of shit. I'm like, I was like, yo. What? And then you hear Kendrick went in. So this is, I just explained the whole Future, why Future kind of has static with Drake, right? One, Metro Boomin is Future's like producer. So it's like 40 and Drake, Metro, and fucking Future. Like you're not gonna, there's nothing that you can do that's gonna erase them to effing with each other like that. Pause. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do about that. It's Drake and 40, Metro and Future, right? So if Metro's already not fucking with Drake, Future's your homie. If Metro don't trust you, I'm going. See, Future's being loyal to his nigga, which is cool, which should happen. If Future sided with Drake throughout the whole him and Metro Boomin going back and forth at each other, then I could kind of see why people could look at Future as like snakish or whatever, you know? But no, Future looks solid sticking with Metro. Drake is solid sticking with I guess he has to stick with J. Cole. Because Kendrick comes out of nowhere. Out of freaking nowhere. Okay? Like, we're just gonna look up the lyrics, okay? Alright, so this is what Kendrick says, okay? And this is where the diss happens, okay? He goes, "These niggas talking out they necks, don't pull no coffin out your mouth, I'm way too paranoid for a threat." Okay? Now, what does he mean by this? What does Kendrick mean by this? One, niggas is talking way too much in the field right now, right? They talking out they necks. And he says he's way too paranoid for a threat. So it's like, where is this coming from, right? Then he goes, hey, let's get it, bro. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say there's a lot of goofies with a check. Now, the way the internet looked at it is Goofy, the dog. He's popular. Everyone knows who he is. Goofies with a check, right? Double entendre. You could look at it like that. I looked at it like goofies with a check is what you call people that you think are like corny. You know what I mean? Goofballs, corny, but they have money. Or squares or whatever. That's what and I know he's aiming at Drake with that one, right? Because Drake, when he first came out, people were like, "Oh, he's so corny, he's so cheap." So that's a direct shot. Okay. Then he goes, "I hope them sentiments symbolic, my temperament bipolar, I choose violence. Okay, let's get it up. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. Niggas clicking up but cannot be legit. No 40 water. Tell him." Niggas clicking up. When I went to go see because when you first read that line, you're like, okay. And then you read 40 water, E40 made a group called The Click with some other niggas. And I'm like, okay, this is a double entendre right here. Okay. And then he's like, F sneak dissing, first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. He's literally talking about J. Cole and Drake when they did the whole first person shooter thing. And J. Cole was like, who's the big 3? Is it me, Drake, or Kendrick? But I think it's just a Spider-Man meme as me and Drizzy looking at each other. Like, that's basically what J. Cole said. Actually, you know what? This is the reason why Kendrick shot at J. Cole too, okay? Main reason why Kendrick also shot at J. Cole, all right? So, J. Cole, first person shooter lyrics, all right. So, he says, right here, first person shooter mode, returning your song into a funeral. To them niggas that say they want us off, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Now, remember when he said coffin? These niggas coughing out, these niggas talking out their mouth, something about a coffin? That's what Kendrick is referencing. These rap niggas is rap niggas. The only way I can catch some of this shit is because I listened to a couple podcasts breaking down these lyrics. However, if I didn't listen to a couple of these podcasts breaking down these lyrics, the 40 water, clicking up 40 water would have went over my head right? And the coffin part with the funeral thing in first person shooter would have went over my head a little bit. Would have took me a while to figure that one out. So then he's like, them boys had it locked, but I know the code, not the 3, not the 2, but I'm the UNO. Right? And then it's right here. We need to hear J. Cole's part, okay? J. Cole, okay? Niggas so thirsty to put me in beef, this dissecting my words and starting to look too deep. I look at tweets and start sucking my teeth, right? Just know if I diss you, I'd make sure that you know that I hit you like I'm on your caller ID, okay? Still, this bitch is getting better. They waiting on the kid to drop like a father to be. Love when they argue who's the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey, or me? We the big 3 like we started a league. But right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. That one that they call when the shit ain't connected no more, feel like I got a job in IT. The Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be a demon deacons. We got them attending your wake. Hate how the game got away from the bars, man. This shit is a prison escape. Everybody steppers, because Kendrick Lamar named his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Well, fuck it, then everybody breakfast and about to clear up my plate when I show it's a motion picture blockbuster. So, J. Cole was throwing a couple jabs at Kendrick. He was throwing some jabs at Kendrick, right? He even cleaned up Drake on the track, but he's with Drake on the track and he's going on tour with him, so it kind of like, right? So then, he goes, fuck sneak dissing, first person, I hope they come with 3 switches, I crash out like fuck rap, this Melly Mel if I had to, I got 2 T's with me, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos, it's up, lost too many soldiers not to play it safe, if you walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K, think I won't drop the location, I still got PTSD, motherfuck the big 3, it's just big me. You heard what you see it? J. Cole said it's the big 3. He said, fuck the big 3. It's the big me. Right? J. Cole also said the same shit. But J. Cole kind of said it politely. Kendrick said, nah. Fuck all that. It's me, nigga. Right? So, and then he goes, it's just big me. And he goes, nigga, bum. Then he's like, what? I'm really like that. Your best work is a light pack. Nigga, Prince outlive Mike Jack. Nigga, bum. For all your dogs getting buried, that's okay with all these 9s. He gonna see Pet Cemetery. Nigga, bum. Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna give Kendrick Lamar the biggest shout out right now because we needed this in hip hop, man. We needed this in hip hop. We needed this because I was getting, I don't mind. I like my hip hop with a little bit of beef, with a little bit of competitiveness, with a little bit of who did it better, who did what better. Growing up, that's all I used to see in hip hop. Beef, who has the best bars, who has the best lyrics, who went in, who cleaned up, who on what track. That's what I used to listen to. That's what I used to watch growing up. But then we reached a certain climate where it was like people are clicking, right? I love the fact that Kendrick was like, you know what? I'm not playing this shit. Y'all gonna click up, go on tour together, do all this shit. And then, like, what? F that. I'm gonna come here and dismantle all of it. Now, the main reason why they put Kendrick on this song is because Kendrick has been getting at Drake since the beginning. After they did that collaboration, so on Good Kid, Mad City, they did a collab. The collaboration they had, I think, is Poetic Justice, right? They did a song together. Fire song that they did together. But their relationship, their hip-hop relationship didn't go anywhere. J. Cole and Kendrick, they kind of still messed with each other up until now, I guess. But maybe now, I think with J. Cole and Kendrick is more friendly bars. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing personal. It's just hip hop, right? I want to be number one. I want to be number one. That's what Kendrick and J. Cole is going to be, from what I think. Kendrick, his main target is Drake. And if there's collateral, there's collateral. His main target is getting at Drake. Because there's an interview where Drake is talking about Kendrick. Oh, that's cute. He's the underdog now. And that's how Drake was talking about Kendrick when Kendrick was coming in. And this is like, Drake was already on his like, Drake has already done like, I think a couple albums at that point. Yeah. When Good Kid, Mad City came out, what year did Good Kid, Mad City come out? This is how far this shit goes back. Like, this is how far this shit goes back, fam. You guys don't even understand. 2012, okay? Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same. 2013. Okay, how about Take Care? Take Care is like, I think it was 2011. 2011. Yep. See, I know my hip hop. I remember this shit. When Take Care came out, it was during a time where niggas had spares and shit. So niggas could skip class and niggas went to HMV. I remember my nigga, shout out to AD, that nigga bought the album right then and there. Him and his, I'm not even mention it, but him and a friend at the time, they bought the album right then and there when it came out. 2011. I remember that shit. This nigga went to the store to go cop it. Supporting hip hop. Shout out to him. Shout out to AD. I'm pretty sure AD has a YouTube channel. If you ever want to listen to his music, shout out to him. Go listen to it. He still raps now and then, you know. Anyways, so now that we get to that point, okay? Drake is he's already working on his third album. Good Kid, Mad City did a classic album. So Drake had to do his thing on the next album. You understand what I'm saying? Literally a year later, Drake dropped Nothing Was the Same, right? So Drake knew, like, shit, I have competition. Cole dropped Born Sinner, which was fire. Everyone's fucking with Cole back again. And so Cole's in his groove again. He hit his stride again. Because Cole was going off, and then he dropped his first album because he tried to experiment a lot. People were feeling the first album. Then he's like, God damn it. Second album, murked it. So then you have so them three at the time, and if you include like Meek, Future, whatever, them three at the time, those were the rapidy rap niggas, right? This was at the time when Drake is already an established artist. He's already killing shit. That's when he said, "Oh, he's the underdog." He tried to make it seem like, "Oh, it's cute," but he was throwing a lot of shade in that interview, right? There's a reason why Drake doesn't do a lot of interviews. It's because the man, if you ask him a question about someone, he's gonna tell you about how he feels about that person. Even if he's trying to hide it and mask it, he's still gonna tell you how he feels about that person, no matter how much he tries to hide and mask it. Period. We're gonna know. Drake's a petty ass nigga. We're gonna know. Hey, buddy. Anyways, so Drake is a petty nigga. Okay. So since that happened. And I'm gonna stop after this because there's a reason why Kendrick is getting at Drake. And it's because when Drake was already established doing his thing, he was calling Kendrick the underdog and was like, that's cute. That's the reason why Kendrick's been shooting at Drake nonstop. Drake feels like Kendrick ain't worthy to keep shooting, to be in my presence. So if Kendrick keeps shooting, I'm just not gonna respond. Now, nigga, right now, the reason why hip-hop heads are going off is Drake has to respond now. This song is being played in the clubs. It's being played on the radio. It's being played in people's cars. This song is about to go number one. And it's so ironic because the same thing happened with Meek Mill. With Meek Mill, the same ish happened. Meek was on tour with Nicki Minaj, doing a massive tour. Drake starts dissing him while he's on tour. Meek is not really in rapping mode, meaning like he's not really in rapping mode, but he still dropped something. Everyone said that's ass. Then Drake dropped something. Meek didn't drop anything. Then Drake dropped back to back, right? And then Meek's like, yo, I'm on tour. How you expect me to do that? And then he still dropped something, which was ass, right? So once that shit started conspiring and happening, that's when I knew. You know what I mean? So it just, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so then, okay, that's when I knew. So the same thing is happening to Drake. As in, Drake's on tour, and he's getting dissed. And now he has no choice but to wait until, like, these tour dates calm down a bit. He has some time off, and he can lock in the studio. Or, after his performances, my nigga, after the show, nigga, locking in the studio. See what you can produce. See if you can drop something. If not, that's not it. Keep going in the studio till you can come out with something. Because that's literally what you have to respond. The song is about to be number one. All I'm saying. So, to conclude, I know we talked about the Drake beef for like a half hour, but I had to. This was going to be one of the other topics from yesterday, and I managed to get a lot more information. So, Drake has to respond. I don't give a damn how long it takes for him to respond, but the nigga has to respond to this. Future's dissing you. I don't give a damn about these IG posts that he be posting. Oh no, you niggas gotta click up to conspire against me. I don't give a damn about all that shit. I don't care about the cryptic posts and all. No, nigga, Drake, you have to respond to this shit. That is it. That's all I want to hear. Nigga, Drake, you have to respond to this shit. You have no choice. I don't want to hear the I'm above these niggas, because you're not. In terms of Future's right there, right? And if Future's right there, so is Kendrick. Metro Boomin is an established producer now. So you can't play the I'm above these niggas type shit anymore. You can't do that anymore. Now you have to respond, my nigga. And for the people that said Drake is not battle tested, that's cap. Drake went back and forth against Pusha T, went back and forth against Meek Mill. He beat Meek Mill. However, he didn't beat Pusha T because apparently he had a diss track for Pusha T, but it was too disrespectful. So Jay Prince told him not to release it. Now, when I heard this, one of my initial thoughts was, first off, respect to the OGs in hip hop. But nigga, what are you talking about? It was too disrespectful and we're trying to keep it music. You should have let... The nigga talked about his son. Pusha T talked about his son in a song using a Jay-Z beat. Completely murked him. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then Drake tried to come back with it, and you guys are on some, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that here. We're going to keep it music. No, man, F that. Because, hey, I'm from Toronto. Y'all made Drake look soft, bro. Because if it was any other rapper, y'all would have let him drop it, and he would have dropped that disrespectful shit, and everyone would be like, oh, shit. Oh, no, we into the money. Now, this is going to affect your money. Now, because Story of Adonis was not going to be getting played it's not going to get radio play. It's not going to get played on the fucking, in the club or anything like that. This song right here, that song right there is going to be played in the clubs. So, Drake, you have to respond. That is it. The beef is on, bro. Civil War, whatever you want to call it, fucking World War II, World War III, World War Rap. You know what I mean? World War R. You know what I'm saying? It's happening. Anyways. So, now we're going to get into the actual topics that I have to talk about. Now we're back up to date. Now, I remember London Bridge. You know how people be, London Bridge is falling. So the Baltimore Bridge fell. So a cargo ship lost power and rammed into a major bridge in Baltimore early Tuesday, destroying the span in a matter of seconds and plunging it into the river in a terrifying collapse that could disrupt a vital shipping port for months. 6 people were missing and presumed dead, and the search for them was suspended until Wednesday morning. The ship's crew issued a mayday call moments before the crash took down the Francis Scott Key Bridge, enabling authorities to limit vehicle traffic on the span, Maryland's governor said. As the vessel neared the bridge, puffs of black smoke could be seen as the lights flickered on and off. It struck one of the bridge's supports, causing the structure to collapse like a toy, and a section of the span came to rest on the bow. With the ship barreling toward the bridge at a very, very rapid speed, authorities had just enough time to stop cars from coming over the bridge. These people are heroes. They saved lives last night. So the crash happened in the middle of the night, long before the busy morning commute on the bridge, such as 1.6 miles, and was used by 12 million vehicles last year. The 6 missing people were part of a construction crew filling potholes on the bridge, the state's transportation secretary. Guatemala's consulate in Maryland said in a statement that 2 of the missing were citizens of Central American nation. They did not provide the names, but said consular officials were in contact with authorities and assisting the families. An Honduran citizen. So basically, there is a bunch of construction workers that were on there, and I think they're still looking for other people. But this one cargo ship lost power, as stated in the article, and it hit a bridge. Now, the way it hit this bridge, you ever like have Lego, right? And let's say you build something with the Lego, and you take a car, just a toy car, and you just smash it through the Lego, and like the whole thing comes down, or even better, what is it called? Jenga, whatever that shit's called, where you pull the blocks out, right? So imagine the whole structure is sturdy, not moving, everything's good, and then I don't know, a support beam, one main part of the bridge that supports the bridge to stay up, it got hit. And when it got hit, the bridge collapsed, right? Now, I watched footage of cars that are already on the bridge, seeing that a boat is about to hit the bridge, and these guys are flooring it. I'm seeing cars just make it before the bridge hits. Buddy, from what I'm thinking is, they probably had because they stressed a mayday call, so they probably had an alarm blaring and shit. If I'm driving and I'm looking and I see a boat about to hit the bridge, right? That is spooky. Because I know a lot, because whenever I'm on a bridge, I'm like, if this shit were to collapse right, I'm always thinking that if this shit were to collapse right now. I hate bridges. When I'm on a bridge, I'm trying to get from point A to point B as fast as I can. Khalas. I hate bridges like a motherfucker. That was one of my childhood fears coming to life, seeing that. Now, the mayor of Baltimore, this is where it gets interesting. The mayor of Baltimore he's in his 40s, but he's black, and black don't crack. So he's at an age, I need to work on these under my eyes. But once I work on these under my eyes, nigga, I'm going to look young forever. Anyways, so I'm saying black don't crack, and like, nigga, my shit's cracking over here. That's lack of sleep / marijuana. Anyways, so if you combine them both, it's not just marijuana. Just marijuana, my eyes would be fine. I'll be sleeping like a baby. It's lack of sleep added with that. But anyways, he's doing a report. The news reporters, instead of asking, how are we going to get the victims out? How are we going to notify their families? Is everybody safe? Is everybody okay? They started asking questions about, so when are you guys going to resume fixing the bridge? When is the bridge going to come back? Because it's a vital shipping port, meaning capitalism. At the end of the day, when can we get this shit up and running again? That's what the reporters are asking. Now, it's very tone deaf because the reason why it's very tone deaf is because there's people that lost their lives and there's people that are about to lose their life and there's people that they can't account for. They can't find. So your main focus should be on finding those people. If you're not an idiot and you have some type of intellect, you know that, first off, they're going to have to get rid of all the debris, all of it, as much as the debris as they can. Then they're going to have to restart construction. That's a lengthy process. And that's something that they probably already started doing. If you're not an idiot. They're trying to find if there's any survivors, any deceased. They got to clear the area. They got to clean the area. Then once everything's clean and clear, now they got to figure out where to fix what, how to fix what, how to fix it. Do they demolish the whole thing and then rebuild a brand new bridge? Like, what do they do? That's what they have to figure out. If you're so fucking concerned about this bridge, they're already on it. So to you dumbass reporters, I think that the main focus that all these reporters should be asking is how are the people that are on the bridge? That's the only thing that people care about. No one gives a damn about that shipping port right now, especially in this economy. No one gives a fuck. Oh, the Amazon delivery drive. No one cares if your shipments are going to be a couple days later, nigga. Sorry. Like, people are being, like, weird and selfish about this situation when, like, there's motherfuckers that are probably deceased in there. And people are too worried about some dumb shit. And then the other dumb shit that people are worried about is the mayor's age. Because he's black and he's young and he's wearing a varsity jacket in the thing. I'm like, bro, this nigga woke up out of his sleep at 2 a.m. in the morning to go do a fucking press conference to keep the city of Baltimore at ease, to let them know what's going on. And your dumbasses on Twitter is going, oh, well, why is he doing this? And why is it? What? Why is he so young? Why is he wearing a varsity jacket? Why is he a DEI? And I'm like, what the fuck is a DEI? It's like diversity, equality, inclusion, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna look it up right now just so I don't fuck it up. DEI definition. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they're saying he's a DEI hire. Baltimore, majority of the citizens of Baltimore are black, are African American. Your mayor is usually a reflection of the people in that city. Right? If my city is 60% freaking, I know there's a lot of majority. For example, Toronto. There's a lot of Asians in Toronto. A lot of Asians in Toronto. And also the person that is currently mayor, she's Asian, she's Canadian. She is the wife of a popular Canadian politician. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she already got the white vote from the politician that passed away, who's very good. Shout out to Jack Layton, very good guy, from what I know. And then the Asians, they're instantly gonna salute. She's more likely to get more votes from other people than the other Asians that are already trying to be mayor. Like that one mayor, that one guy that was applying, and you've seen him everywhere, but he still didn't win. But it shows, like, if an Indian went to be mayor, went to go apply to be mayor, I'm pretty sure he'd be like neck and neck with the other person because there's a lot of Indians in Toronto. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So the city of Baltimore has a lot of black people, majority of black people. If they had a white mayor, that white mayor would have to know what's going on with the black community, or else he can't fucking be mayor. You know what I'm saying? That's one. So the fact that they're trying to say this is a diversity hire for a mayor because he's young, how many how many white people get a position and they're the youngest to have this position. And yes, it comes with a lot of bullshit, a lot of hate from other people. But I don't see people on Twitter going, yo, I don't see black people on Twitter going, yo, this person's too young. How did they get that? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Why did they get that? Oh, that's just because they're white. That's why they got, like, I do see it, but those people right there are so tone deaf, are so stupid, are so ignorant that I don't even acknowledge them in my existence. Because they're dumb. So, he got voted in. They wasn't like, they tried to nitpick it like it was a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire. No, if anything, a white mayor would have been a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire. That's my whole spiel on that. Just weird. And condolences to anybody who lost someone that they love or whatever the case may be due to that. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me how people are. Anyways, so speaking of the city of Toronto and mayors and shit, the city of Toronto is considering a rain tax on residents. The larger your property, the higher your tax because it deflects more rain towards sewers. What are we doing?
Dude, what the fuck?
What are we doing? A rain tax. Buddy, all you're doing is pissing people off now. You guys already raised like property taxes, home taxes. Like landlords are paying up the ass right now to keep their properties up. That cost is dwindling down to whoever's renting anything. If they have an Airbnb, it's trickling down. I'm telling you, next year, everyone's rent is gonna go up again because of all these stupid taxes that have been implemented this year. Everyone's shit is gonna go up again. They're expecting an economic an economic boost. Like everyone's gonna be able to afford shit and have money again by next year because the interest rates are gonna get lower. But this is not gonna help. I'm talking about me, nigga. I pay rent in a house. There's a lot of people that pay rent in houses. They have, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that going on. If you own a building, I guess your taxes are gonna go up, or you're gonna get a rent tax. You're gonna get a rain tax. Like, what? How does this work? Like, how are you getting taxed because of rain? That's something that you can't control when it rains. If you can control the rain, then I could. If you can control where the rain goes when it splashes on your property, I can get that. But to charge people, that's stupid. They're considering it. I don't think they're going to do it because it's stupid. It's based in, there's no tangible thing, and there's no variables that you can base it off of. You're basing it off of the rain. So what if it doesn't rain that year? What if it barely rains that year? That means I shouldn't be getting taxed like that. That means every time it rains, let's say it rains 30% more than last year, so I should get taxed a little bit more because it rained more last year. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I really don't understand why people are so stupid, bro. Like, this is so dumb. Anyways, speaking of another city in America, the city of Chicago is suing Glock over the design because it allows easy conversion to machine guns. Now this, I approve of this. Sue them. Because the reason why I approve of this, one of the main reasons why I approve of this is because it is way too easy to turn these guns into switches. It shouldn't be that easy. Whenever there's a faulty product that can cause injury or harm if you modify it a certain way, that company usually gets sued. Right? Like last year when it was like you can literally steal a car by just using a USB key and steal. Kia and them, they got. I'm pretty sure they got a class action lawsuit over that, because why did you make the car so easily accessible to be stolen? What are we doing here, right? So there's that. But nowadays, people are finding even. Back in the day, it was hot wire. You open the shit in the bottom. And you start the car. You hot wire it. You got a free car. You're gone. Nowadays, the push. I always thought that the push to start shit was weird. Obviously, you have to have the key in your pocket. You have to be around the key to even push to start. But that shit, it seemed like if you could figure out a way to hack that shit, you could hack that shit. And yeah, and push to start. So you're telling me if I can break into someone's house, take their car keys, steal their car. Some people, I don't know what they do, but whatever. All I'm saying is that Chicago suing Glock, yes, they are at fault, but I don't think they can be at fault for what happens after someone uses their product. If someone uses your product to harm someone or to cause basically mass murder, then what the company could do is to have preventative measures for it, like warning labels, have a way where you seal that part where you can't turn it into a machine gun. That's basically what we're saying. Make it so that you can't turn it into a machine and a fully automatic weapon. That's all we're asking. What does a 16-year-old need a switch for? Like, these niggas are pulling up with switches and the target is one person. Like, it's crazy out here nowadays. So that to me is just crazy. And it's not like hip-hop is making it. Hip-hop, they're talking about switches. Yo, hit them with switches. Like, these niggas is talking about that shit. The young kids are listening to it. Oh, shit, really? They're getting switches. That's all I'm saying. When people try to act like music does not influence kids, my nigga, like, it's stupid. I could say video games doesn't really, like, influence kids to be... It could give a kid an idea of what they could do if that situation were to occur, right? For instance, if you're already degenerate, you're gonna do degenerate shit in the video games. You know what I'm saying? But some people, that's where they let all that degeneracy out, but then they're normal people in real life, right? So there's no correlation between video games and violence, right? Music is a little bit different. A video game can get stuck in your head. A video game will get stuck in your head like when I get home, I want to play it or I want to just watch videos of it, right? That's an obsession with a video game, or I'll just buy the merchandise for it. But when you're listening to music, I could have a whole song playing in my head and I don't even have headphones on just because the song is stuck in my head. Music can leave you in a trance. Music can get in your head way more than a video game can, which is why music has so much influence. When I started listening, the first time I started hearing 50 Cent, till today, the way I dress is like I wear a fitted cap. Like, it's just New York. Well, it's New York swag, but whatever. I always wanted to have. I'm like, bulletproof vest, bulletproof hat, because 50 Cent talked about it, right? Always wanted to have a couple guns on me. 50 Cent had them. Tupac. I wanted to get tatted like mother, have a tat all across my stomach. Astaghfirullah. But these are the ways that it gets influenced. Now, if you do not have, not integrity, but if you do not have good self-awareness, like you knowing yourself, your own personality, knowing that you just like that shit, you want to be like him, but you want to take the good shit out of that person and use that shit instead of the other shit that people frown upon, whatever. That's what I'm talking about. Music has influence. When Dirk be talking about them switches hit fast, what do you think kids in Chicago doing? They rapping them lyrics, they're like, I need a gun with a switch. Other day, I heard Colt 45s and 40s, Old English, are the worst fucking beers to drink ever. They taste like ass. They taste like ass. I used to hate drinking these beers. I used to chug them when I drank them because I used to hate them. But, because you hear them in rap songs. You hear them in the West Coast, Code 45. You hear 40 English, the 40s. You're holding a 40 English. That you hear that type of shit in the hip hop, hippity hop. That's when you start drinking. First, that's when you start drinking. The white boys, they drinking Pabst Blue Ribbons, Molson Canadians, all this type of shit because I don't know what music you hear, but I don't know if it's in the music, but in the music, there's certain things that you hear that will make you want to go drink it. Hennessy, Hypnotic, like these are drinks that you hear in rap songs. What do you think niggas were doing? Cavassier, Hennessy, Hypnotic. They're drinking the shit that they hear in the rap songs because when you first start drinking, you don't really know what to drink. Oh, but I heard this. That's when you start drinking. Or I seen commercials for this and this. That's when you start drinking. If you don't have a reference point. If your parents weren't really drinkers like that, or if they are, but they don't want you to drink, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit is what usually occurs. So when people try to say, I never watched a video game and seen a beer in a video game being like, yo, I want to drink a beer. You know what I mean? Instead, I wouldn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Anyways. So we got a few more topics. And then we're done after that. So one guy tried to save his cat from getting killed. Not killed. Tried to save his cat by bringing it to a vet, emergency vet. He was speeding. The cops tried to stop him. Turns out he just had a cat that he was trying to bring into the vet. They ended up tasing him or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he's okay. Pretty sure the cat made it to the vet. But guys, it's not someone sent me the video saying, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Yo, it's never that serious, okay?" One, there's a cat hospital across the street. Now, I don't know if there's a 24-hour one. I don't know if it's a 24-hour one. That's a whole different story. I'd have to go to a 24-hour one. But the area I live in, a lot of people have dogs. A lot of people have pets. There's pet stores around here. There's a lot of shit. I know I could find something. You know what I'm saying? If worst comes to worst, I could find something. And my neighbor drives. I could find something. You know what I mean? So it's never that serious. But hopefully the cat and that person didn't go to jail. What else is there? I have one more topic, and then after that, we're done. No, two more. So, one, we had an unalive bomber. So this Somalian bomber, 20 minutes after takeoff, his shit explodes, and guess who's the only casualty? Him. When I seen that, I was laughing. And I know.
Dude, what the fuck?
But I love when Darwinism works, and the only people that are affected was the one person that was trying to disrupt the whole thing. You're trying to kill everybody on that plane? Well, Allah said, nope, only you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Last topic. Because I didn't want to really go into it. This just shows like karma. Karma's there. You tried to bomb a whole plane, and guess what happened to you? Only you got sucked out, and only you were the casualty. Good for you, my nigga. Good for you. Don't feel bad for you, okay? This is my last one, though, okay? Last topic, and then next pod, we're gonna. There's more into the. I have more Diddy updates because I just wanted to give it a little bit more time after the breaking news. I'm gonna give it a pod, and then the next pod, there's more updates. 50 Cent's baby mom has been listed in there. 50 Cent's like, damn, I didn't know you were a little sex worker. So there's that in there, and there's more updates. His drug mule just got arrested with him there. So there's more things going on, but I'm just waiting for more news to get released because there's way more. Now, I gotta finish it off on this. And after that, we are done. I seen this, and this was hilarious. Okay? So, this girl on Twitter goes, when y'all brag about having no kids, I'd be expecting to see businesses, cars, trips, 6-figure salaries, master degrees, etc. Crying face, holding my head. But y'all don't be having nothing, no kids, and absolutely nothing after that. Someone commented and said, when y'all brag about kids, I expect to see wedding rings, husbands, and houses. And I went, yeah. I went, damn! Because at the end of the day, live your life. It does not matter what's going on. Just live your fucking life, people. Live your life. If you have kids, if you don't have kids, live your life, because you're gonna have kids eventually. And if you do have kids, live your life, because these niggas ain't leaving anytime soon. Live your life. Stop judging people based on what you have and based on what they don't have. And vice versa. What you don't have and what they have. Stop doing that. We need to stop doing this shit. There's this weird single mother versus non-single mother beefing on Twitter. Then you have the youngins, Gen Z beefing with the millennials, even though we're not that far off in age. Once some of these Gen Z niggas hit 30 and they see some of us and we just hit 40, they're going to be like, they're going to feel stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because now the same youngins are going to say the same shit. It's stupid behavior. Anyways, all I'm saying is, y'all need to stop having sex raw, having kids, and then the niggas that don't have kids, they're out here flourishing, having a good life, living their life like it's golden. Y'all are salty and sour about it, and then trying to throw shots at us. That's all I'm saying. We, the people that don't have kids, we appreciate children and we love children. We don't want no harm happening to any children. Like that. You know what I'm saying? We like to, if we see a kid if I see a kid that needs help, I'm going to help the kid. I'm going to ask, yo, where's your parents? Da, da, da. If I see a kid bolting across the street, and there's a car coming, I'm going to try to stop the car. I'm going to try to, if I could, like pull the kid back. Like, nigga, watch out, you're about to get hit by a car. That type of shit. I even do that shit with cats, dogs, raccoons, whatever the case may be. That's what I do. So, at the end of the day, live your life. Don't let people tell you what the fuck you should be doing because you don't have kids, or what the fuck you should be doing because you have kids. Nigga, as long as you're breathing, the people around you fuck with you, people around you fuck with you, your kids fuck with you, your non-existent kids, whatever, who cares? Live your life. Stop basing your life off of what these people say on Twitter, because half these motherfuckers that say this shit on Twitter, 1, they don't mean it, 2, they're bitter, 3, they're jealous, 4, they're sour. And that's it. We're going to end it on that topic because niggas got to go to work. Niggas going to be late for work, so you already know what to do. This was the IVP Dr. IBZ, episode 226. We are done. 2 2s, we are done. Peace out. Love y'all. You already know what to do. And we are done. Peace.